Good morning, everybody. I'm Brian Frawley, aka Papa Wolf, PDGA number 39996, coming to you live from Great Lakes Disc, located in beautiful Grand Rapids, Michigan. And I've had this idea for a little bit now. I wanted to be able to recap the sanctioned events in a quick and streamlined way for our great state of Michigan, aka the Great Disc State. Thank you so much, Mark Stevens, for that wonderful tagline. So it's the end of February, or close to the end of the February. We've had, 12-ish events, pretty standard amount. So I'm going to rip through some of the winners, maybe second place in Open and FPO, and maybe Advanced and FA1 and maybe Masters as well. Won't go too far into detail, but definitely want to give shout-outs to the tournament directors who put on these great events, and shout-out to those that get that gold, if you will, in the Olympic spirit. So the first event of the year, to my knowledge, and again, if you're a tournament director and I missed your PDGA event, please let me know, and we'll get you on a recap in the future. But Hangover Singles, tournament director Ryan Anderson, one of the great huggers in the state of Michigan. They had 72 people at that great event. In first place in MPO was Brett Federspiel, maybe, and second place, friend of all in Michigan, Josh Taylor, one of the nicest guys out there. Third place, shout out to Todd Lewis. They did not have an FPO category or an FA1 category, so just quick shout out to Curtis McGill for grabbing that Pro Masters dub. In AM1, Andrew Savage for grabbing that advanced dub and averaging 995 golf. That's great. And then in Advanced Masters, Jonathan Haller got the W in that. Again, that was the Hangover Singles in Freeland, Michigan with your TD Ryan Anderson. Up next was Monster Mash with TD Doug McIntosh, great TD from the east side of the state. Highly suggest going to his events. In first, Pat Burke. Great guy, Pat Burke. I've known him for over a decade. Really excited for him in Open. And then in Open Women, Karen Ballou, excuse me, got the W in that. And Pro Masters, Kevin Williamson, friend of all, got the dub in that. In Advance, Logan Burrow came in first, and Kyle Newman came in second, and David Napier came in third. He's a very nice man. And in Advanced Masters, Scott Atkins got that dub. Moving on to the 13th annual Frigid Dough Ice Bowl, tournament director Craig Klingland up in Mount Pleasant. Shout out to CMU friends. We had the one and only Nick Gill, Great Lakes sponsored player, coming in first. Levi Hicks coming in second, and again Josh Taylor coming in third. In Pro Masters, Tony Ripoli, that's probably not how you say his name, came in first. And in Advanced, Evan McIntyre came in first, with Blake Webster coming in second, with Timothy Hull as well shooting the same score in second. So congrats to those players. Scott Atkins again got an Advanced Masters W, and Craig Klingling came in third. Personal friend Craig Klingling. Big shout out to him. Moving on to the Firefighters Flex, run by Wolfpack's own Jason Austin, who's starting his own stuff called Take Flight. Hey Shay, say hi. You're in the background. There's Shay. He's doing stuff, looking around for stuff. Jason Austin, again, tournament director. Thank you for being a tournament director. In first place in Pro Masters was Aaron Nitz. In Advance, first place was Brandon Togweller. So shout out to them. Great event over in Firefighters Park. Moving on to the snow day at Garfield, I was your TD. Very exciting stuff right there. First place three-way tie was a one-round event between Dan Treese, Will Goringer, and Rex Lovelace. Shout out to those three gentlemen. In Advance, our friend Cal Allaire, employee here at Great Lakes, took first, and Great Lakes sponsored player Josh Weisenhower took second. And in Advanced Masters, Tung Do took first, with Jay Allaire coming in second. Again, that was snow day at Garfield. Moving a little fast in this group, trying to knock out a lot, so excuse me. Iceberg Open, I took first place in AM4 there many years ago. You're jealous. Gary Vigil was your TD, and your assistant TD was none other than Team Stamp West. First place was Nate Wygram. Always great to see him out playing. Second place was Robert Burridge. And a special shout out to fourth place member George Bino, who is by far the manliest man I've ever met. In advance, Derek Ballou takes first. We've said his name a few times today. Nathan Lindley takes second, and Jamison Russ takes third. And there was no FPO or FA1 in that event. Moving on to Willow Wonderland, again a Doug McIntosh event. Shout out to him, he's really grinding. In Open, first place went to Robert Burridge, second place went to Corey Siegelig, and third place went to none other than Patrick Burke. Again, in Advanced, Eric Kent took first, in second Paul Henna, and third Christian Exelgard. And Scott Atkins gets himself another win in Advanced Masters 40. Moving on to a birdie or 12, tournament director Jamie Whitehead. First place was Ty Cook in Open, and in Advance, Dustin St. Aubin took the first place win. In Advanced Masters Women, Tara St. Aubin took the first place win. So congrats to all of you wonderful people. Moving on to the Frozen Surf and Turf. Surf and Turf sounds delicious right now. Doug McIntosh, great name for your tournament. First place was Corey Siegelig. Second place was Robert Burridge. In Open Women, Christy Weishar? Someone will correct me eventually, but congrats on your number one there. In Advance, Bentley Vang took first, and Ryan Seaman took second. Third place was Tad Rayner. And in Advanced Masters, Donald Ruddick took first place. Moving on to Crack Plastic Day 1, which was MA1, MA3, M50, and all juniors. Larry LeBond, well-known tournament director in the state of Michigan, hosted that Michigan featured event. In first place was Kevin Fodry. I believe he came up from Indiana for that, shooting a wonderful 1,000 rated average with a 998 and a 1011 and some not great conditions. Second place was Trevor Shepard, and third place was Christopher Dulk, and tied with him was Austin Bates. And moving on to day 2 of that same featured event. Thank you so much, Larry, for running a featured event in our state. Advanced Masters, personal friend Jimmy DeFrancisco took first place. Second place was Jason Crandall, and third place was Jay Bienda. Moving on to the round 1 rating at Showboat Park, hosted by Brent Fallbark. First place was Brett Federspiel, second place was Robert Boys, and third place was Andrew Savage in Open. And in Advance, Blake Weber took first place with Gabriel Carmona and Dean Stevens and Ricky Garzo wrapping out the top 3. And in Advanced Masters, Dustin Parrott takes first place, edging out Scott Atkins, who's had a great year already. We're doing great. We're moving on, trying to get all these early February and all of January events covered in this. Mike Mahalik hosted your Disc Golf Fanatic pre-Super Bowl tourney. Pat Burke took first place in Open, with Nate Weingram taking second and Josh Tesh taking third. What's up, Josh? You're the man. In Advance, Austin Bates took first, Derek Ballou took second, and Chris Neindorf took third. Shout out to all you players that played that event. The Winter Wonderland, hosted by Christopher DeRoja, had 72 players. And in first place was Robert Boys, in second place Ryan Anderson, and third Andrew Savage. In Open, in Pro Masters, Tony Ropel. I'm going to say Ropel. Tony, I'm going to find out how to say your last name. Took first, and Jason Kirkaldy took second. And in Advance, Adam Kipinski took first place. So congrats to you. In Advanced Masters, Scott Atkins picks up another win. That's like 3 or 4 wins already. In the GRDOD Winter Games, hosted in Byron Center at beautiful, oh my goodness, I'm blanking at my own home course right now. What is the name of that? Earl Brewer Park, thank you. It's been redesigned so many times, I love it. Nick Gill shot first place in Open, with Sam Smeagol in second place and Miles Hansel in third. In Advance, Josh Weisenhower takes a W, with Eric Bakya in second, and Nick Robertson in third, with Corey Riddick also tied for third. In Advanced Masters, Ryan Bowling took first place. Shout out to all the tournament directors that ran events in this cold weather. I know we got a lot of things heating up this week. We've got a handful of Michigan players starting at LVC this week. Stacy Haas and Cynthia Ricciardi off the top of my head on the FPO side, and Timmy B, Andrew Marweed, and of course Kyle Klein and the MPO side. We're very excited to see what happens with them on the Disc Golf Pro Tour. Again, my name is Brian, and I'd like to do this every week or two, give you a little recap about what's going down in the great state of Michigan, the great disc golf state, according to Mark Stevens, and we really appreciate all the hard work from all the tournament directors that are out there, allowing us to have some great events and allowing us to play this great sport year-round. So cheers to all of you wonderful tournament directors. Thank you for having a listen or a watch. We'll see you soon. Remember to like and subscribe, and we'll be creating a great playlist for this specific topic on the Great Lakes Disc YouTube. Also, we should probably give something away. So hold on one second. Let me find something to give away. I have a 2015 Crystal Sparkle Surge from the Ledgestone collection. It is green, it is shiny, and we're going to give this disc away, but you only know if we're giving this disc away if you made it to the 11-minute mark, so I'm proud of you for making it to the 11-minute mark. We'll give it away in 2 weeks, so you have 2 weeks to read this and put a comment in. I would like you to comment your favorite dinosaur below, and I will pick whoever has my favorite dinosaur. Thanks again. Have a great rest of your week. See you on the course.